Rio clearance. Good afternoon. Easy 7825. Ready for pushback at Papa 5.
Rio Tower. Good afternoon. All Nippon 90242 is on approach.
Easy 7825. Cleared for pushback.
All Nippon 90242 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio ground. Easy 7825. Ready to taxi. Easy 7825. Taxi to runway 02 left. Rio Tower. Easy 7825. Ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Easy 7825. Cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio clearance. Good afternoon. Air France 1627 ready for pushback at Papa 2.
Rio ground. All Nippon 90242 taxi to the gates.
Air France 1627 cleared for pushback.
All Nippon 90242 taxi to gate Papa 5.
Rio ground. Air France 1627 ready to taxi. Air France 1627 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio Tower. Good afternoon. Goal 3708 is on approach. Goal 3708 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Air France 1627 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio clearance. Good afternoon. LATAM 2075 ready for pushback at Papa 8. LATAM 2075 cleared for pushback. Rio ground. LATAM 2075 ready to taxi.
Rio ground. Goal 3708 taxi to the gates.
LATAM 2075 taxi to runway 02 left.
Goal 3708 taxi to gate Papa 8.
Rio Tower. Good afternoon. Yellow cab 6942 is on approach. Yellow cab 6942 clear to land runway 02 right.
Blue Panorama 2579 cleared for pushback.
Rio Tower. LATAM 2075 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. LATAM 2075 line up and wait runway 02 left.
Blue Panorama 2579 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio Tower. Good afternoon. Ukraine 1514 is on approach. Ukraine 1514 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio Tower. Blue Panorama 2579 ready for takeoff runway 02 left.
LATAM 2075 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left. Rio clearance. Good afternoon. Easy 511 ready for pushback at Papa 7.
Blue Panorama 2579 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio ground. Yellow cab 6942 taxi to the gates.
Easy 511 cleared for pushback.
Yellow cab 6942 requesting taxi to the gates.
Easy 511 taxi to runway 02 left.
Yellow cab 6942 taxi to gate Papa 2.
Rio ground. Ukraine 1514 taxi to the gates. Ukraine 1514 taxi to gate Papa 7.
Rio Tower. Good afternoon. Delta 6152 is on approach. Rio Tower. Easy 511 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Easy 511 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left. Delta 6152 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio clearance. Good afternoon. Boliviana 7963 ready for pushback at Papa 3. Boliviana 79er 63 cleared for pushback. Rio Grande Boliviana 79er 63 ready to taxi. Boliviana 79er 63 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio clearance, good afternoon, Sunwing 5839er ready for pushback at Romeo 9er. Sunwing 5839er cleared for pushback.
Rio Tower Boliviana 79er 63 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Boliviana 79er 63 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Delta 6152 taxi to gate Papa 1. Sunwing 5839er taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio clearance. Good afternoon. Russia 7115. Ready for pushback at Papa 4.
Sunwing 5839er cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
KLM 79er 50 clear to land runway 02 right.
Russia 7115. Cleared for pushback.
Rio Tower good afternoon. French West 709er6 is on approach. French West 709er6 clear to land runway 02 right.
Russia 7115. Taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio clearance good afternoon. Europa 2359er ready for pushback at Romeo 10. Europa 2359er cleared for pushback.
Rio Tower. Russia 7115. Ready for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio ground Europa 2359er ready to taxi.
Russia 7115. Cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
KLM 79er 50 taxi to gate Papa 3. Europa 2359er taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio clearance. Good afternoon. US Air 5357 ready for pushback at Papa 6. US Air 5357 cleared for pushback.
French West 709er6 taxi to gate Romeo 9er. Europa 2359er cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
US Air 5357 taxi to runway 02 left.
Sri Lankan 2852 clear to land runway 02 right.
Rio Tower, US Air 5357 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. US Air 5357 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio Tower good afternoon. Volaris 9872 is on approach. Volaris 9872 cleared to land runway 02 right. Rio clearance All Nippon 9243 ready for pushback at Papa 5. All Nippon 9243 cleared for pushback.
Rio Tower, good afternoon. LATAM 3012 is on approach. LATAM 3012 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio ground Sri Lankan 2852 taxi to the gates.
All Nippon 9243 taxi to runway 02 left.
Sri Lankan 2852 taxi to gate Papa 4.
Rio Tower, good afternoon. Air Canada 5826 is on approach. Air Canada 5826 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio Tower, All Nippon 9243 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. All Nippon 9243 line up and wait runway 02 left. Volaris 9872 requesting taxi to the gates. Volaris 9872 taxi to gate Papa 5.
Rio ground, LATAM 3012 taxi to the gates. LATAM 3012 taxi to gate Papa 6.
Rio clearance. Goal 3709er ready for pushback at Papa 8. Goal 3709er cleared for pushback.
Volaris 9872 hold position.
Rio Ground, Air Canada 5826 taxi to the gates.
Rio Tower, good afternoon. WestJet 1772 is on approach.
All Nippon 90243 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
WestJet 1772 clear to land runway 02 right.
Volaris 9872 continue taxi.
Goal 3709er taxi to runway 02 left.
Air Canada 5826 taxi to gate Romeo 10.
Rio Tower, good afternoon. Iberia 9732 is on approach. Iberia 9732 clear to land runway 02 right.
Goal 3709er cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio Ground, WestJet 1772 taxi to the gates. WestJet 1772 taxi to gate Papa 8.
Rio clearance. Yellow cab 69er43 ready for pushback at Papa 2.
Rio clearance. Ukraine 1515 ready for pushback at Papa 7.
Rio Ground, Iberia 9732 taxi to the gates. Iberia 9732 requesting taxi to the gates.
Egypt Air 6770 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio clearance Delta 6153 ready for pushback at Papa 1.
Ukraine 1515 cleared for pushback.
Rio Ground, Egypt Air 6770 taxi to the gates.
Yellow cab 69er43 cleared for pushback.
Delta 6153 cleared for pushback.
Rio Ground, Ukraine 1515 ready to taxi.
Rio Ground. Yellow cab 69er43 ready to taxi.
Ukraine 1515 taxi to runway 02 left.
Iberia 9732 taxi to gate Papa 7.
Delta 6153 taxi to runway 02 left.
Egypt Air 6770 taxi to gate Papa 2.
Yellow cab 69er43 taxi to runway 02 left.
Delta 6153 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Yellow cab 69er43 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Speedbird 2554 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Ukraine 1515 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio clearance KLM 79er51 ready for pushback at Papa 3.
KLM 4720 cleared to land runway 02 right.
KLM 79er51 cleared for pushback. French West 709er7 cleared for pushback. Rio Ground KLM 79er51 ready to taxi. KLM 79er51 taxi to runway 02 left. French West 709er7 taxi to runway 02 left.
Speedbird 2554 taxi to gate Papa 1.
Rio Tower KLM 79er51 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. KLM 79er51 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left. Rio Tower French West 709er7 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. French West 709er7 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Aegean 7930 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio Ground KLM 4720 taxi to the gates.
Sri Lankan 2853 cleared for pushback.
KLM 4720 taxi to gate Papa 3.
Rio Ground Sri Lankan 2853 ready to taxi. Sri Lankan 2853 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio clearance Air Canada 5827 ready for pushback at Romeo 10.
Rio Tower Sri Lankan 2853 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Sri Lankan 2853 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Iraqi 1854 clear to land runway 02 right.
Latam 3013 cleared for pushback.
Rio Ground Air Canada 5827 ready to taxi.
Aegean 7930 taxi to gate Papa 4.
Air Canada 5827 taxi to runway 02 left.
Latam 3013 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio clearance Volaris 9873 ready for pushback at Papa 5.
Rio Tower Latam 3013 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Latam 3013 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Air Canada 5827 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Volaris 9873 cleared for pushback.
Rio Ground Iraqi 1854 taxi to the gates.
Rio Tower, good afternoon. Austrian 3522 is on approach. Austrian 3522 clear to land runway 02 right.
Iraqi 1854 taxi to gate Papa 6.
Volaris 9873 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio clearance WestJet 1773 ready for pushback at Papa 8.
Volaris 9873 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Air China 6760 clear to land runway 02 right. WestJet 1773 cleared for pushback. Rio Ground WestJet 1773 ready to taxi. WestJet 1773 taxi to runway 02 left.
Austrian 3522 taxi to gate Papa 5.
Rio Tower, WestJet 1773 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. WestJet 1773 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Europa 6470 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio clearance Iberia 9733 ready for pushback at Papa 7.
Air China 6760 requesting taxi to the gates.
Iberia 9733 cleared for pushback.
Egypt Air 6771 cleared for pushback.
Air China 6760 taxi to gate Papa 8.
Rio Ground Iberia 9733 ready to taxi. Iberia 9733 taxi to runway 02 left.
Egypt Air 6771 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good afternoon. Russia 7836 is on approach. Russia 7836 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio Tower, Egypt Air 6771 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Egypt Air 6771 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Europa 6470 taxi to gate Romeo 9er.
Iberia 9733, cleared for takeoff runway 02, left.
Rio Tower, good evening. Azure 1718 is on approach. Azure 1718 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio ground, Russia 7836 taxi to the gates. Russia 7836 taxi to gate Papa 2. Russia 7836 taxi to gate Papa 7.
Rio clearance, Speedbird 2555, ready for pushback at Papa 1. Speedbird 2555, cleared for pushback. Rio ground, Speedbird 2555, ready to taxi. Speedbird 2555, taxi to runway 02, left.
Rio Tower, good evening. Super Green 8402 is on approach. Super Green 8402, cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio Tower, Speedbird 2555, ready for takeoff runway 02, left.
Rio ground, Azure 1718 taxi to the gates. Azure 1718 requesting taxi to the gates. Azure 1718 taxi to gate Papa 2.
KLM 4721, cleared for pushback.
Speedbird 2555, line up and wait runway 02, left. Wiz 5302, cleared to land runway 02, right.
Rio ground, KLM 4721, ready to taxi. KLM 4721, taxi to runway 02, left.
Speedbird 2555, cleared for takeoff runway 02, left.
Rio Tower, KLM 4721, ready for takeoff runway 02, left. KLM 4721, cleared for takeoff runway 02, left.
Super Green 8402, taxi to gate Papa 1.
Rio Tower, good evening. Turnip 6942 is on approach. Turnip 6942, clear to land runway 02 right.
Super Green 8402, taxi to gate Papa 3.
Aegean 7931, cleared for pushback.
Rio ground, Wiz 5302, taxi to the gates.
Aegean 7931, taxi to runway 02 left.
Wiz 5302, taxi to gate Papa 4.
Rio clearance, Iraqi 1855, ready for pushback at Papa 6. Rio Tower, good evening. Egypt Air 5206 is on approach. Egypt Air 5206, clear to land runway 02 right.
Aegean 7931, cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Iraqi 1855, taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio ground, Turnip 6942, taxi to the gates.
Rio Tower, good evening. KLM 4158 is on approach.
Turnip 6942, taxi to gate Papa 6.
KLM 4158 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Iraqi 1855, cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio clearance, Austrian 3523, ready for pushback at Papa 5.
Rio ground, Egypt Air 5206, taxi to the gates. Egypt Air 5206, requesting taxi to the gates.
Austrian 3523, cleared for pushback.
Egypt Air 5206 taxi to gate Romeo 10.
Rio Ground KLM 4158 taxi to the gates.
Rio Ground, Austrian 3523 ready to taxi. Austrian 3523 taxi to runway 02 left.
KLM 4158 taxi to gate Papa 1.
Rio clearance, good evening, yellow cab 4735 ready for pushback at Romeo 11. Rio clearance, Air China 6761 ready for pushback at Papa 8.
Rio Tower, good evening, Boliviana 4142 is on approach. Boliviana 4142, cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio Tower, Austrian 3523 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Austrian 3523 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Air China 6761 taxi to runway 02 left. Yellow cab 4735 taxi to runway 02 left.
Europa 6471 cleared for pushback.
Rio Tower, good evening, Azel 4992 is on approach. Azel 4992 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Europa 6471 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, Air China 6761 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Air China 6761 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left. Yellow cab 4735 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Boliviana 4142 taxi to gate Papa 5.
Rio clearance, Russia 7837 ready for pushback at Papa 7.
Rio Tower, Europa 6471 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Europa 6471 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio ground, Russia 7837 ready to taxi.
Rio Tower, good evening, Air Portugal 2364 is on approach. Air Portugal 2364 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Russia 7837 taxi to runway 02 left. Azel 4992 taxi to gate Romeo 9. Rio Tower, Russia 7837 ready for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good evening, Copa 8280 is on approach. Copa 8280 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Russia 7837 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good evening, Iberia 6084 is on approach. Iberia 6084 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio clearance, Azure 1719 ready for pushback at Papa 2.
Rio Ground, Air Portugal 2364 taxi to the gates.
Azure 1719 cleared for pushback.
Air Portugal 2364 taxi to gate Papa 7.
Azure 1719 taxi to runway 02 left. Rio Ground, Copa 8280 taxi to the gates. Copa 8280 taxi to gate Papa 8. Azure 1719 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio clearance, Wiz 5303 ready for pushback at Papa 4.
Rio clearance, Super Green 8403 ready for pushback at Papa 3. Rio Ground, Iberia 6084 taxi to the gates.
Rio Tower, good evening, Arabia 90822 is on approach. Arabia 90822 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio Ground, Wiz 5303 ready to taxi.
Rio Ground, Super Green 8403 ready to taxi. Iberia 6084 taxi to gate Romeo 11.
Wiz 5303 taxi to runway 02 left.
Super Green 8403 taxi to runway 02 left. Super Green 8403 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Wiz 5303 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Tarim 6943 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good evening. Yellow Cab 8516 is on approach. Yellow Cab 8516 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio Ground, Arabia 9822, taxi to the gates.
Rio Tower, Turnip 6943, ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Turnip 6943, cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good evening. Swiss 50908 is on approach. Swiss 50908 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Arabia 9822, taxi to gate. Papa 4.
Egypt Air 5207 cleared for pushback. Rio Ground, Egypt Air 5207, ready to taxi. Egypt Air 5207 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio Ground, Yellow Cab 8516 taxi to the gates. Yellow Cab 8516 taxi to gate Papa 6.
Rio clearance KLM 4159er ready for pushback at Papa 1. KLM 4159er cleared for pushback.
Rio Ground, Swiss 50908 taxi to the gates.
Rio Tower, Egypt Air 5207 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Egypt Air 5207 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Swiss 50908 taxi to gate Papa 3.
Rio Tower, good evening. Air Transat 5088 is on approach. Air Transat 5088 clear to land runway 02 right.
KLM 4159er cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good evening. Iberia 79er86 is on approach. Iberia 79er86 clear to land runway 02 right.
Rio Tower, good evening. China Eastern 2770 is on approach. China Eastern 2770 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Rio clearance, Boliviana 4143 ready for pushback at Papa 5.
Azul 993 cleared for pushback.
Boliviana 4143 cleared for pushback.
Rio Ground, Air Transat 5088 taxi to the gates.
Azul 993 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good evening. Air Canada 89er70 is on approach. Air Canada 89er70 clear to land runway 02 right. Air Transat 5088 taxi to gate Papa 2.
Boliviana 4143 taxi to runway 02 left.
Iberia 79er86 taxi to gate Romeo 9er.
Rio Tower, good evening. Lot 3456 is on approach.
Boliviana 4143 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Azul 993 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Lot 3456 cleared to land runway 02 right.
China Eastern 2770 taxi to gate Papa 5.
Rio clearance Copa 8281 ready for pushback at Papa 8.
Rio Ground, Air Canada 89er70 taxi to the gates.
Rio clearance, Air Portugal 2365 ready for pushback at Papa 7.
Air Canada 89er70 requesting taxi to the gates.
Rio clearance, Iberia 6085 ready for pushback at Romeo 11. Iberia 6085 cleared for pushback.
Rio Ground, Lot 3456 taxi to the gates.
Copa 8281 cleared for pushback.
Air Portugal 2365 cleared for pushback. Rio Ground, Iberia 6085 ready to taxi.
Air Canada 89er 70 taxi to gate Papa 1.
Copa 8281 taxi to runway 02 left.
Iberia 6085 taxi to runway 02 left.
Lot 3456 taxi to gate Papa 8.
Air Portugal 2365 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good evening. Avianca 2632 is on approach. Avianca 2632 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Air Portugal 2365 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Copa 8281 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Iberia 6085 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good evening. Yakusha 1874 is on approach. Yakusha 1874 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Lufthansa 7701 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good evening. Iroquois 6494 is on approach. Iroquois 6494 clear to land runway 02 right.
Rio clearance Arabia 9823 ready for pushback at Papa 4.
Rio ground Avianca 2632 taxi to the gates.
Lufthansa 7701 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Arabia 9823 cleared for pushback.
Avianca 2632 taxi to gate Papa 7.
Rio Tower, good evening. Trans-Soviet 71906 is on approach. Trans-Soviet 71906 clear to land runway 02 right.
Arabia 9823 taxi to runway 02 left. Yakusha 1874 taxi to gate Papa 4. Arabia 9823 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio Tower, good evening. Southwest 2872 is on approach. Southwest 2872 clear to land runway 02 right.
Yellow Cab 8517 cleared for pushback. Rio ground Iroquois 6494 taxi to the gates. Iroquois 6494 taxi to gate Romeo 12.
Rio Tower, good evening. Southwest 90164 is on approach. Southwest 90164 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Swiss 5099er cleared for pushback.
Yellow Cab 8517 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio ground Swiss 5099er ready to taxi.
Rio ground Trans-Soviet 71906 taxi to the gates.
Swiss 5099er taxi to runway 02 left.
Trans-Soviet 71906 taxi to gate Papa 3.
Rio Tower Swiss 5099er ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Swiss 5099er cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Yellow Cab 8517 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Southwest 2872 taxi to gate Papa 6.
Rio ground Southwest 90164 taxi to the gates. Southwest 90164 taxi to gate Romeo 10.
Itapemirum 65908 clear to land runway 02 right. Rio clearance Iberia 79er87 ready for pushback at Romeo 9er. Iberia 79er87 cleared for pushback. Rio ground Iberia 79er87 ready to taxi. Iberia 79er87 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio clearance Air Transat 5089er ready for pushback at Papa 2.
Rio Tower, good evening. Alaska 5468 is on approach. Alaska 5468 cleared to land runway 02 right.
China Eastern 2771 cleared for pushback.
Air Transat 5089er cleared for pushback.
Rio Tower Iberia 79er87 ready for takeoff runway 02 left. Iberia 79er87 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left. Lion Inter 9er128 clear to land runway 02 right. Itapemirum 659er8 requesting taxi to the gates.
China Eastern 2771 taxi to runway 02 left.
Air Transat 5089er, taxi to runway 02, left.
ITAP Alarm 65908, taxi to gate Papa 2.
Rio Tower. Good evening. Air India 90572 is on approach.
China Eastern 2771 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Air India 90572 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Air Transat 5089er, cleared for takeoff runway 02, left.
Alaska 5468 taxi to gate Papa 5.
Rio clearance. Air Canada 89er 71, ready for pushback at Papa 1. Air Canada 89er 71, cleared for pushback.
Rio clearance slot 3457 ready for pushback at Papa 8.
Rio ground line enter 90128, taxi to the gates.
Alaska 5468, hold position.
Lot 3457 cleared for pushback.
Rio ground. Air Canada 89er 71, ready to taxi.
Line enter 90128, taxi to gate Papa 5.
Air Canada 89er 71, taxi to runway 02, left.
Rio ground. Air India 90572 taxi to the gates. Air India 90572 taxi to gate Papa 1.
Rio Tower. Air Canada 89er 71, ready for takeoff runway 02, left. Air Canada 89er 71, cleared for takeoff runway 02, left.
Rio clearance Avianca 2633 ready for pushback at Papa 7. Avianca 2633 cleared for pushback.
Rio Tower. Good evening. Yakusha 3768 is on approach. Yakusha 3768, clear to land runway 02, right.
Avianca 2633 taxi to runway 02 left.
Rio clearance Iroquois 6495 ready for pushback at Romeo 12.
Rio Tower. Good evening. Air India 8298 is on approach.
Rio clearance Yakusha 1875 ready for pushback at Papa 4.
Avianca 2633 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left. Air India 8298 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Iroquois 6495 taxi to runway 02 left.
Yakusha 1875 cleared for pushback.
Rio Tower. Good evening. Yamal 9710 is on approach. Yamal 9710 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Yakusha 1875 taxi to run. Runway 02 left.
Rio ground. Yakusha 3768, taxi to the gates. Yakusha 3768, taxi to gate Papa 4.
Rio Tower, Yakusha 1875 ready for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio clearance southwest 2873 ready for pushback at Papa 6.
Rio Tower, good evening. Flyby 8260 is on approach. Flyby 8260 cleared to land runway 02 right.
Yakusha 1875 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio Ground, Air India 829 right, taxi to the gates.
Rio Tower, I repeat 6495, ready for takeoff runway 02 left.
Rio clearance Trans-Soviet 7197 ready for pushback at Papa 3.
I repeat 6495, right, approach runway 02 left.
Air India 829 right, requesting taxi to the gates.
Rio clearance, southwest 90165, ready for 10.
I repeat 6495 cleared for takeoff runway 02 left.